Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Angela. I am a mom of 2, pregnant with my 3rd beautiful babes, and I'm here to share my home, heart, and faith with you ladies. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about my weird early pregnancy symptoms. I'm currently 14 weeks pregnant and I just hit into the 2nd trimester. So I just wanted to share all of the weird early pregnancy symptoms that I had with this baby, because some of them I didn't experience at all with my first 2. These are kind of the symptoms that I was having that let me know I was pregnant before I had a positive pregnancy test. Although for myself, I pretty much knew like the night it happened because we were actually trying to not have a baby. But that's a whole story for another day. If you are interested in hearing that one, make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you do not miss any videos when I put those out. Before we get into those weird pregnancy symptoms, make sure you grab your coffee or tea or water, whatever you drink, and let's sit down and let's have a chat. I had to write them on my phone as they were happening so I wouldn't forget. The first weird early on pregnancy symptom that I had, which is very specific to all of my pregnancies, is craving pickles. And I know it's something a lot of people talk about, like pregnant women love pickles and stuff, but I've talked to some women that did like pickles were like no thanks. But specifically with this kid, like I woke up in the morning and was craving pickles so hard, so I ate one for breakfast, which is really weird, and I was like, oh, it was the most delicious pickle I've ever had in my entire life. And that's when I was like, oh, I'm definitely pregnant. So if you're craving pickles and you really want to eat them for breakfast, you might be pregnant. The second weird early on pregnancy symptom that I was having was like hot flashes throughout the night. Like I was waking up covered in sweat. Like it would be the middle of winter basically, because it was like, 20-30 degrees in the middle of the night, and our room stays pretty cold and I am just like drenched. And this happened probably for a good like 2 to 3 weeks. The only time I ever experienced anything like this was actually postpartum. I had a lot of night sweats. I have a video I will link up here if you're interested to know things that I shared about my postpartum experience. But that was definitely one of those things, was like hot flashes, and it sucks because you have to shower every day, and I have 2 other kids, so it's very hard to take showers all the time. But that was another weird pregnancy symptom that I was having. The next one on my list here is another thing you may or may not have heard, or you may or may not have experienced if you have been pregnant before, and that was just like literally no energy. And this was very different from my previous 2 pregnancies. Like I struggled so hard to get out of bed. Like it literally took all of my energy just to get up and get out of bed. I did not ever want to leave my bed. I wanted to sleep all day, every day. Obviously, I can't do that. I have other kids to take care of. I am a stay-at-home mom. And one of them is trying to get in the room right now. I was crashing by like 10, 11 in the morning. I would lay my son down for his first nap and I would like pass out on the couch while my toddler watches TV. It was just, I've never experienced such a low energy vibe like that. Like I was literally just drained from like walking and going to the bathroom, which brings me to my next weird pregnancy symptom. I was getting up to go to the bathroom like from the moment I got pregnant like 12 times in the night. And in the past, I wouldn't really wake up a ton in the 1st or the 2nd trimester. It was near the end of the 2nd, like into the 3rd, when the baby's getting bigger and they're pushing on your bladder and everything. But this time around, I constantly had to pee. Like I think I probably got up 5 to 10 times a night just to go to the bathroom. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Like I stopped drinking water a little bit later at night to see if that would help, and it didn't make a difference. I was literally just peeing all the time at night. It was the weirdest thing ever. If you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment below if you have any weird pregnancy symptoms that you would like to share. I know anyone watching this that is trying to figure out whether they are or not pregnant would love to hear any of your weird early on pregnancy symptoms. The next couple are gonna be sort of the same, but they were like different in a way. So the next weird thing that was happening with me was like I was either absolutely starving all day long. Like no matter what I ate, no matter what I did, I was just starving nonstop, or I had absolutely no appetite where it'd be 5 in the afternoon and I'm like, I literally think I've eaten a piece of toast all day. Or I would be like nauseous the entire day to the point where I could only eat Sour Patch Kids because that was the only thing that fixed my nausea, which was another really weird thing. But I talked to my midwife and apparently sour things help a lot if you're dealing with nausea, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Another really weird pregnancy symptom that I have actually dealt with in all of my babies, it's kind of a thing in our family. It's actually a pregnancy symptom my mother had with my sister and my sister and I both still struggle with this even when we're not pregnant. But when I'm pregnant, it is so much worse. I cannot stand the smell of Taco Bell lettuce. And it's so weird because people are like, lettuce doesn't have a smell. I am aware, but there is something in that Taco Bell lettuce that just, the second I smell it, it is no good. Like, ugh. Just even thinking about it right now, honestly, I want to puke. It's disgusting. My husband brought home food when I was like about 4 weeks pregnant or so, and it was some stuff from Taco Bell. They had this like new potato burrito thing that I wanted. Did not think there'd be lettuce on it. I opened up the bag as he set it down in front of me and I was like, I could smell lettuce on stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe it's on his, it's fine. It's whatever. Open up my taco and it's like 70% lettuce, 3 potatoes, and a pile of cheese. So yeah, it was not fun. But if you experienced any kind of weird symptom like that with a specific like fast food place, please leave a comment below. I'm really curious to know if we're the only weirdos out there that just can't smell Taco Bell lettuce. The next one that kind of goes along with this like eating and stomach stuff was I was just constantly having stomach issues. It started right about the time I found out I was pregnant with that whole like I was either starving or super nauseous or had no appetite. I started to notice that one, if I didn't eat it, just something small, like a piece of toast or a little like snack bar or something, every like 2 to 3 hours, I would start to get really nauseous. And then I would like eat something and my stomach would kind of start to hurt. Like with my first 2 pregnancies, I was lactose intolerant. In a way, it was really weird. Like I could eat cheese sometimes, but if I had like just straight up milk or anything like that, it set me off. So I kept having these like weird food allergy type symptoms where when I would eat stuff, I would just get sick and I would have these awful stomach pains. And the stomach pains and stuff at one point lasted me for almost a week, to the point where like I was getting scared to eat because I was either having stomach pains, I was having awful cramping, or I was getting nauseous, or I was throwing it all back up, or I was nauseous because I wasn't eating. It was just like this annoying vicious cycle that lasted throughout the entire first trimester. Side note on that, it actually caused some issues within my body from not eating enough normal foods and not drinking enough water. I was actually having something going on that was creating more nausea. So it was this whole weird thing, but like I tried tracking these stomach pains to see like, okay, maybe with this one I am having some weird food allergies, because pregnancy can bring on like literally anything. You could become anything in pregnancy, and then once you have a baby, you're like totally fine again. I don't really have an issue eating dairy when I'm not pregnant, so I tried cutting that out and that didn't make a difference. I don't really know what it was, because some days I can eat dairy and it's totally fine, and then other days I try to eat things and I just end up having stomach pains. The stomach pains got a little bit less as the pregnancy went on. Now that I'm 14 weeks, I'm still kind of having those issues, but it's just certain days when I eat, my stomach just is not about it. So I don't know what that's about. It's super weird. It's probably close to one of the weirdest pregnancy symptoms that I have had. I have 2 more weird pregnancy symptoms. The next one is something that has happened to me very early on with every single one of my pregnancies so far, probably in between like week 5 and week 6, like right before I realized that I've like missed my period and I'm like, oh crap, maybe I'm pregnant, I should take a test. I wake up with like flu-like symptoms. I will be totally fine the whole day before. I'll go to bed and I will feel totally fine, and I will wake up randomly like 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, whatever time it is, and I just feel disgusting. I feel like I just had a fever that broke. I'm like covered in sweat. My throat feels all nasty. Like you just feel gross and groggy, like you have the flu basically. And this happened with every single one of my pregnancies so far, just before I took a pregnancy test. So that is definitely one of the biggest symptoms that I have that's weird, and it's early on, because I will go back to sleep and I will wake up a few hours later and I am totally fine. Like it is just this weird thing that happens for a few hours in the middle of the night. I have no idea what it is. Obviously something with the hormones going on at that point, but it's so strange. And the last weird pregnancy symptom that I have is honestly one of the most annoying. It has happened to me every single pregnancy, like the moment I get pregnant, and so far it's lasted through the entire pregnancies. But I cannot brush my teeth without getting sick. We have these like toothbrushes that are set to go off for 2 minutes, and they like vibrate and stuff, so you brush your teeth for the full 2 minutes, and I probably only make it about 30 seconds before I want to puke. And I haven't quite figured out what it is, if it's like the flavor of the toothpaste. It's not the vibration, because I've done it with or without it. I honestly don't know, but it is so strange. I will go to brush my teeth and I will be totally fine, and I'll be brushing my teeth and then I like want to puke. And there's been times where I've been brushing my teeth and I had to stop to throw up, and then I gotta try to brush my teeth again. It sucks. It is one of the weirdest, worst pregnancy symptoms ever, because obviously I need to brush my teeth, but it makes me sick. So then I'm like paranoid about brushing my teeth. It's no fun. The next video that I'm going to come out with is just going to be an update all about the first trimester, the ups and downs that I had, how I was feeling, all those different things. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that one. If you want to know more about my daily life, make sure you add me over on Instagram. I am on stories pretty much most days. Those are all of the weird early on pregnancy symptoms that I had that helped me know that I was pregnant before I had a positive pregnancy test. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. That is all I have for this video. I will see you all in my next one. I love you so much. Bye!